did notice that there was one image called Wired 2 that reminded me of the things that we worked on together. And in fact, I think he used some software that I wrote then that would take a geometric object and it would string what we called ribbons through it. So make these very fine lines. And so Wired 2 has an image of a face, of a head. And so that reminds me of our times working together, because that's what we would do. We would say, what if I made an algorithm that could string lines through a three-dimensional shape to make an interesting object? And he would say, yeah. And what if we could also control this aspect of it? And so I would go back and I would add that to what I was working on, and then he would incorporate it into an image like you see in that piece. So technologically, I think that one's interesting. It also, I think, is indicative of the kind of artwork he did. There's a computery-ness to it, and that it is precise, and it's also leveraging the medium in a way like you could not make that image in any other medium. You could only make that with computer art because of the complexity of all those lines and ribbons moving through three-dimensional space. So it really leveraged the medium, but it also still has this humanity to it because it's a face and it has this beautiful color palette in it. And that's a nice encapsulation of what Chuck was really about, which was leaning into this technology as a medium for art. But in the end, it was all about the humanity of connecting and communicating with his audience.